Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, so we had a whole flipping nothing burger day going on today. I'm just going to come over here to the 15-minute chart, and you guys can see we literally went absolutely nowhere all day. Alright, that is a straight 5 hours with how much price range did we get, guys? We had $1 of range on the day. They're killing premiums. They are waiting for the next move. I don't know which way the next move is going to go, but I'm just going to say I do think it's going to be in the upward direction, judging by how things are set up here. All right, so let me just point out what I got to point out. First things first, on the daily time frame, guys, you had a very ugly candlestick. It got completely capped up on, and I am just going to say anybody who sold short during this candlestick is underwater. Getting your pullback into a key spot might trigger some shorts to cover those shorts. There you go. I'm also going to point out you broke this downtrend here, and you are literally just coming right in. If you come down here to the golden pocket, guess what? That is where that downtrend will be. But at that point, if you're going to retest the downtrend, you're just going to retest this level over here. All right, so golden pocket, guys, 520. If you cannot hold 520, look for this 519.61 level to be retested, and then we are probably going underneath there. All right, so that would be the case. All right, but I'm going to come over here to QQQ, and I am going to point out that things really are not too bad. If you come zoom out, you still just have this pullback creating the right shoulder for this inverse head and shoulders formation. So that is that. What we also have, I will just point out, here's where the clean price action was today. All right, boom. You find sellers here at the golden pocket going from here down to here. So you retrace that move, found sellers stepping in. Okay, so now what are we going to do? All right, well, we're going to retrace this move from here to here, the overnight gap up. Oh, what happened? You came down and you found buyers in the golden pocket. All right, so now what are we going to do? We're going to retrace this move to that move. What happens? You find sellers in the golden pocket. All right, and then you come down and you again find buyers at the original golden pocket down here. All right, guys, so pretty clean price action going on over here in QQQ. You again do have that downtrend break over here. The key level I'm paying attention to is going to be 444.82. If you break underneath that, I'm just going to say 442. What is the low of this candlestick right here? All right, it would be 442.54. That would be likely, but if you do revisit down here, I'm just going to say we're probably going to finally do what I thought was going to happen originally, which was 441.99. And over here on SPY, guys, we're not going to be breaking to the upside. We're going to be breaking to the downside. All right, maybe this is a consolidation for that move. I have absolutely no idea, but I will tell you, if you break underneath this 519.61 support, you have nothing until you come down to 518.22. That's what I'm watching for. I am still interested in that dip right there, and I am still looking for that dip right there. Do I know if it's going to happen? No, I have absolutely no idea because the market doesn't want to give it to me. But if I do see it down there, that is going to be where opportunity awaits. And right under here, here to here, there's your shorting opportunity. As of right now, you're just chopping it up, baby. Chopping it up. That is that. All right. But over here on QQ, guys, you're watching here. You're watching your 441.99 level if this cannot hold. And above there, guys, you just watch for the golden pocket. Now I'm going to come over here to NQ, and I will point out you had this bull pennant / falling wedge going on. You had the retest. Came up here. Found sellers in the golden pocket coming from this to down here. All right, so sellers stepped in the golden pocket. If you can make a higher low up here, take out this high, then you will have an inverse head and shoulders formation, and I will say we're probably going to take out the high. All right, there with that. Be that. And then you come over here to ES. All right, and I will point out, again, guys, golden pocket. You're just finding buyers right now, stepping in at the golden pocket. That is exactly where they stepped in. You also have this 15-minute bullish falling wedge. If you come down here, okay, watch for buyers stepping down there. And either way, I'm just going to point out the structure you got here because you have a bullish falling wedge on the 15-minute time frame, and you come over here to the hourly, 4 hour, whichever time frame you really want to draw it on. You have this bull flag going on. So I'm not necessarily bearish. I know that's just so surprising to hear. I know it's like ridiculous to say, because of course I've been extremely bearish here on this channel. I've been so very bearish, like so bearish. So I've been a perma bear here on this. I'm kidding. I've been the exact opposite. All right, guys. So Yeah, I'm looking for further upside, but if you do manage to pull back to 518.22, that is where I do think buyers are just going to end up stepping in, and that will be that. You come over here to Mr. VIX. All right, and Mr. VIX, I'm going to point out you do not have. No, you're starting to have. All right, I was going to say you do not have a 15-minute bullish divergence. You actually do now have that 15-minute bullish divergence until this gets burned. All right, so that could bring a deeper pullback over here on SPY. All right, now let's talk about the IWM. Let's talk about some individual tickers. Guys, in this bad boy, you're really just watching the levels, okay? You came up here, you rejected right off of your level, right from your golden pocket, and you sunk down to support. All right, you cannot hold this support. You fell down to this support. All right, just play it level by level. This thing honestly does not look the best, but I am just going to say the levels are being respected, and I think you're going to have a good time if you use them. There you go. And I do think it's more likely than not that we are going to be moving up. Whether that comes from this, all right, which if it does, I really do think this is where if you cannot hold down here, all right here 205.40, except it would be the low of this candlestick, which would be 205.11. If you cannot hold 205.11, I did think you come down here to 203.20. All right, and I think this is very likely going to hold because this is where you had this range built out. Also had an inverse head and shoulders formation built out. All right, so that's that. Now, talk about it. Talk about it. All right, AI. This is one that I want to, I think I put on your radar the other day, but I'm just going to point out. All right, I do think this thing is getting ready for a move down here. You did come down into your zone down here. And yeah, guys, I'm continuing to see buyers step up down here. I would like to see this 9 EMA get flipped. And once that becomes the case, we get a candlestick like that. That is when I think that this thing is going to be going. All right. But for the time being, we're currently just stalling out resistance. If you can break above, yeah, you're probably going to take a ride up to 29.30. There's that. Next one I'm going to put on your radar is going to be Sound. All right. Sound is one that I am just going to say is oversold. It does not have to, become anything massive here. I am just literally pointing out. All right, even before you were doing that, this is still where you ended up seeing your bounces. Now you have momentum coming to the stock. You have interest coming to the stock. You have NVDA taking an interest in the stock. I think there's a solid shot that this thing gets a pop. I'm not saying it's going to go up and take out the high, but I am saying there's a solid shot this thing gets a pop. So that's what I'm watching for. You have this, low volume here on this big old sell, whereas you had this increasing volume here on the buy. So, guys, I'm looking for this thing to get your bid. I don't know when that's going to be, but I do think it's going to happen from down here. That is that. Let's talk about NVIDIA. Let's come over here. Okay. Come over here. Guys, you ended up breaking down from your pennant. It's not the best look. Now you're watching the levels. It's as simple as that. I still think this thing is going higher, but I do not like how this thing is shaping up. But I also will point out, you're kind of just, back testing where you broke out from over here. All right, previous daily high. And, it doesn't look terrible. I'm just putting it out there. It still doesn't look terrible. People want to short the thing, but I think, again, if you get the pullback into this, I pointed out in yesterday's video, 424.05 level right here, I think that's going to be your next great buying opportunity over here on Mr. NVIDIA. And I think you're going to take out this 974 high. That's that. All right. Another day, you have the AMD buyers stepping in out of nowhere aggressively. I think it's just building out this range here. And if you can break above this 185 level right here, I think that is when things get spicy. You want to see an hourly close above that level. You already have broken out of this downsloping parallel channel. I do think it's probably going to be catching a bid from down here. That is that. I'll point out ARM. Guys, this thing ended up printing a pretty ugly looking candlestick right here, but you're backtesting a trend line. So just put it on your radar. You are quite literally backtesting a trend line right now. Well, that's that. Okay. All right. So that is all I really had for you today, other than this bad boy right here, Upstart. I told you in yesterday's video, we're going to be watching for it. We are going to be here for it. If you get the daily close above here, I'm looking for continuation. You're going to have the increasing volume on the day. You can see down there. Doesn't matter. Even though it's only 2:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got an hour left in the session, hour and 4 minutes. This is going to have that increasing volume. As long as you don't get a complete fade down here, getting all the way down under 2580, then yeah, you're breaking out of this trend line. All right, you're breaking through this trend line, you're breaking out of this falling wedge pattern. I do think a big reversal is underway, and these are the levels I'm watching for on that reversal. I think we could potentially be starting a larger move. There's that. All right, so Upstart, I'm going to close out the video with that one. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Disney did get the breakout, and I do think it's going higher. Peace. One last one right here. We got Roku about to break out. Is today going to be the big day? I have absolutely no idea. But if you can get a daily close above this 65.86 level, then I do think Roku, just like Upstart, is on its way, breaking out of the consolidation. Let's see it. Okay. And then I will also bring up GS over here. You had this, large amount of consolidation. You are flipping this level right over here. It does not look bad. Whether it wants to pull back to 397.49 or not, I don't care. I think this thing is heading higher. With that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.